When using the CNC, it is important that the settings you set the machine to match the settings you used in the program when you created your file. Put the two-part collet together. Put the bit in up to the line marked on it. Once the bit is in properly, screw it on to the machine. Tighten it with your hands first, then grab the wrenches to fully secure it. Place the smaller wrench on top and the larger one on bottom and squeeze them together until tight. Next, we're going to line up our material on the machine bed. Once our material is lined up where we want it, we're going to get some clamps out and clamp it into place. Make sure it's securely clamped down, that way it doesn't move during the process. After that, we can go turn the machine on in the back and plug our USB drive in. Switch the green switch. After the machine is turned on, go to the control panel and you're going to need to home it first. Switch it to home, then press all axes, then press start, and you can see the Z, X, and Y coordinate are all going to 0. Now it's complete. Go back to jog, and now we're going to 0 our work coordinate to how we have it set up in our program. To 0 Z, you need to go to Z, then press function, then grab the black wire with the teal cylinder on it and plug it into the side of the machine and place it on the machine bed in a flat spot. I'm placing it on the machine bed because in the program I set my settings to 0 on the machine bed, not the material surface. Once it's placed, you need to line up the bit into the center of the cylinder. Once lined up, go back to Z, then function, and press start, and the bit will slowly start to go down towards the cylinder until it lightly touches it and pops back up and sets your 0 of Z. Place the sensor back in the drawer once you're done, and now we'll move on to setting the 0 for X and Y. Use the jog setting to move the X and Y axis to where you want to 0 your position. Once you have it lined up in the position you want, you can go ahead and set your 0 settings. You do this by clicking Origin Set and then pressing Start. And it will say Setting Done when it's complete. Once done, move the bit back up so you can place the guard around it. It's a magnet that just clips into place. Once you're done zeroing your positions, you can move off a jog and go to auto. Once you're in auto, you can click USB, then find your file, then hold the copy button down for about 10 seconds. Press reset and go to SD. Scroll down and then press paste and you should see it flash, and then scroll back down and find your file. Once you find your file, select it and press Run SD. The machine will start to move back to the machine coordinates 0 position. To start your cut path, you need to press the left arrow. The machine will start spinning and make its way to your material. Keep an eye on the machine while it's running. You want to make sure it doesn't run into the clamps or have any other sorts of problems occur. When cutting, you want to make sure all the drawers are shut so that way dust doesn't fill them. Once the machine is done cutting, it'll go back to the machined coordinates home and stop spinning. Once it's done spinning, you can take the magnet guard off, take your work out of clamps, and place the clamps back in the drawer. Then grab the 2 wrenches to loosen the bit. When doing this, you want to be careful that you don't drop the bit. You want to also make sure you always take the bit out after you're done, so that way there's not a bit in the machine when someone else comes to use it. Gently finish unscrewing it with your hand. Remove any dust or wood from the collet. Then place it back in the drawer. Go ahead and remove your flash drive and then turn the machine off. For full access to the machine, the next step would be to schedule an in-person training. This is a community space, so we do ask that you be respectful and clean up after yourself. It's always better to leave the space better than you found it.